找到，走了，走了。
So there
So wrap me in plastic and make me shine. We can make a dollhouse, follow your design.
Me and my friend were driving last night and we got lost in the canyons. Like, this is the place where people just go missing and never seen again. And of course, this happened.
I literally almost just ran somebody over on us, dude. There was somebody in the middle of the fucking road, dude. Literally.
I get you what you mean by you felt a presence because look at my fucking eyes, they're watering.
Dude, my eyes watered, dog. I literally almost ran him over, dog. I was scared, dog. I saw something.
My eyes are fucking
What
watering.
is he doing up there without a light? Look at that.
We just drove like an hour through this canyon and it's in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing out there and there's a guy just standing there. Oh, I'm freaked out.
Me and my friend were driving last night and we got lost.
And we're back with the scary stories. Today we are going to be talking about the Hotel Roosevelt, which is the most haunted hotel in Los Angeles. This hotel is one of the most iconic hotels in LA. A ton of famous people stayed here, including Marilyn Monroe, who lived here for 2 years. And for around $800, you can even book her room. And there have been hundreds of people who have actually seen Marilyn Monroe, especially in this mirror, which was hers and is now in the lobby. There's also a little girl named Caroline who haunts the hotel. And people say they see her and that she'll come up to you and ask her where her mother is. And then there's room 213, which is the most haunted room in the hotel. People say that they can't even make it through the night staying in that room and they check out at midnight. And people say that they've seen a headless apparition coming towards them in that room. I live 5 minutes away from this hotel. Should I go there in part 2? Let me know in the comments. And we're back with the scary stories.
Hello. Okay, Billy, you think you can handle my scary story? Yeah, Wiki, you can't scare me. Oh, yeah, well, we'll see about that, huh? It all started on a sunny day. Okay, that's kind of creepy. A sunny day with no Wi-Fi. Okay, please stop. No Wi-Fi or Fortnite! Ah!
Life outside, I can't find my fear.
Isn't it lovely? All alone, heart made of glass, my mind of stone. Tear me to pieces, skin and bone. Hello, welcome home.
Walking out of town, looking for a better place. Something's on my mind, always in my headspace, but I know someday I'll make it out of here, even if it takes all night. Oh.
Okay guys, this is story time.
So when we were dancing, we saw this man with like a
clown mask.
Clown mask with a knife with blood on it.
Yeah.
And
it was like coming to our house and he was
Yeah.
knocking on our door.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's
wow. Okay guys, this is
Story time. So I had a nightmare 7 years ago, back when I was in the 5th grade, and this nightmare affected me a lot because of how scary it was. In fact, I never stayed at a friend's house again after the stream, and I still have yet to do so, because I still think about it quite often. So my friend's house was built back in the 50s or 60s, I'm not exactly sure.
Hello. You okay?
Are you lost? Do you need help?
Why are you standing outside in the middle of nowhere?
Mark, stop it. Stop being rude.
Take me home.
I think this is a pretty bad idea, you guys.
He said yes. Come on in.
I imagined you'd live in a place like this. All right, well, we're here. We gotta get going, so...
Hello.
And began spinning it with his other hand. I now knew what he meant by one of six. It seemed like the guy was about to demonstrate an act of Russian roulette with one bullet in the cylinder of 6. He then puts the revolver against his head. I began typing. "What are you doing? Please stop this." The guy then smiles disturbingly on the camera and pulls the trigger. Nothing happened. He starts laughing hysterically like a psycho. I was honestly disturbed, but also skeptical that the gun was real, so I typed, "Is that even real?" He then points the revolver at the wall and begins to repeatedly press the trigger until the shot was fired, and began spinning it with his other hand.
Soldier boy, tell him the dance flow silly. The ladies gon' feel me. The fellas in the back and they twisting up a filly. Get silly, hey, get.
I'm sorry. 10, 9, 0 fingers. Won't you come and? I'm sorry, sorry. Psych. Why the
Wendy's, is that you?
Hi, welcome to Wendy's.
When I was in 5th grade, I slipped over a banana skin, but my friends started laughing at me. I got really mad. I went home crying and my mum asked what's wrong, so I told her. My friend Gabby laughed and called me a spoiled shithead.
If you're alone right now, I wouldn't watch this story. This sleepy little town in South Wales in the UK became ground zero for one of the creepiest poltergeist stories of all time. The problem started when Kieran and Tracy Fry decided to get out on a Ouija board one night to conjure some spirits. After that night, they started to see a mysterious figure wearing white clothes with a blue face and a tail showing up in their house. At first, it seemed innocuous, they said. Objects would be moving around the house. Tracy began waking up with bruises on her body, not knowing where they came from. They called the local priest to come investigate. The priest believed they were under attack from a demon they had conjured by using the Ouija board. They said it only got worse as they slept, that every morning they would wake up with agony and injuries. The demon began to appear more and more. This is when Kieran managed to grab a photo of the entity, this childlike creature with a blue face and a tail. They then hired a paranormal investigator to come to the house and do a cleansing ceremony. What do you think it was? Leave me a comment. If you're
What are you wondering? What do you know? Why aren't you scared of me? Why do you care for me? When we all fall asleep, where do we go?
Come here.
Keep you in the dark.
I'm just singing this song, so wrap me in plastic and make me shine. We can make a dollhouse, follow your design.
Weird.
All I wanted to do is play with you.
Minutes from the warning.
Malaysian woman warning people not to buy this type of doll because it could be haunted, and the same experience could happen to you that happened to her. Stories of these haunted dolls have been around for years, but in the past year, there's been a spike in activity. A woman in Malaysia says this doll, yes, this exact doll, has been haunting her family for a long time, even after they've moved multiple houses. The woman says at night she tries to sleep when this doll kicks her bed and wakes her up. Unlike other creepy haunted dolls like this one actually has blonde hair, blue eyes, and looks fairly innocuous. But she says harmless is an understatement. In the middle of the night, she hears pipes turning on that were off. She hears toilets slam. She has her bed being kicked, and she always feels like this doll is watching her family. It got so bad that she called a professional that said that when she moved from her last house to her new house, a spirit inhabited the doll. They decided to set the doll on fire, but she says even still she has a hard time sleeping.
I used to be so beautiful, now look at me. My actions are unbeautiful, it's clear to see.
This is the scariest story on the internet right now. According to CNN and other sources, a crazed monkey man is attacking people throughout India. Police are saying they've received so many calls that they ran out of police cars to respond. People are reporting a weird monkey-like creature attacking them. They've even showed video of their scars and bruises from this creature. Indian media reports that 2 men actually fell to their death when they were trying to escape from this creature. Police contacted local zoos to see if any creatures had escaped. Nope, not a zip. Some people believe this is the Monkey Man of New Delhi, who first appeared in 2001. That creature was described as being about 4 feet tall, covered in black fur, and it had beady red eyes, and it was seen jumping from building to building. Police say some people have actually dressed up with masks and are adding to this fear right now, so hoaxing. But 2 people have been killed, and they have shown scars to the police. What do you think it is? This is the scariest story on the... Everything I learned about real estate investing, nothing. All right, number 8. Malaysian woman warning people, you have to be on a new step because a lender I never buy a new car. It's coming, everyone. So my 7.
Story time. So I had a nightmare.
Me and my friend were driving last night and we got lost in the canyons. Like, this is the place where people just go missing and never seen again. And of course, this happened.
I literally almost just ran somebody over and I was doing, there was somebody in the middle of the fuck.
I forgot to give you guys a blanket. How is that even keeping you warm? I forgot to give you guys a blanket.
How can you tell if someone's a rapist? I'll tell you.
She does that. What are you doing?
Bitch. Corvette. Hop in a motherfucking jet like that. And then stand in the net like that. They were like, Pop, why you all like that? Why you tall like that? Why you all like that?
All you have to do is pour the water in the cup without.
Me and my friend.
And we're back with the scary stories. Today we are going.
Here's some more really embarrassing.
This morning I wake up half asleep, blow dry my hair, grab my handy dandy AirPods. The baby lion's looking wide awake, so we go ahead and rub his little belly. Mother Goose is watching your favorite TV show. Someone made zucchini noodles, cut some celery sticks, and they left the dip. I'm about to have some bocconcini balls, realize there's only one, and I'm like, are you kidding me right now? So I'm about to have it, and I'm like, wait a second, might as well make this the best bocconcini ball ever. So we start with the olive oil marinade, add some salt, fresh ground pepper. I made sure I got all the flavors in there, had our single bocconcini ball, and honestly, it was pretty good. Now it's time to take our little friend on a walk, even though he literally hates them. And wow, by the way, that new tag looks awesome. We said hi to the mailman, walked a little bit, and even though we just started, the baby lion needed a water break. We passed by a bunch of rocks, saw a few people playing with a. This is my new shirt, and yes, it has bears on it. The baby lion's kind of bored. Mother Goose is watching Twilight. I walk into the kitchen, and I'm like, what? Who bought so many mangoes? I literally love mangoes. Kobe introduces himself to Benjamin. I'm trying to watch the movie. The baby lion's chewing my finger off. We go into war. He won the first round, but let me tell you, the second round, okay, fine, he won that too. All of a sudden, he gets very quiet because there's werewolves in Twilight, and he literally moves to the other side of the house. The sloth makes an appearance at 4:17 p.m. and she's trying to get that government money. The friendly neighborhood robber gets caught stealing. Now, we recently made tie-dye shirts, but it's time to make bleach dye shirts. Mother Goose points to the laundry room because we need bleach, and bang, there it is. I say toodaloo to the baby lion. Now, the sun is clearly out today. I get inside of the Batmobile. It's 31 degrees. I'm feeling like I'm in a sauna, and I'm sweating buckets. There's actually cars in the parking lots now. Wow, that's new. Also, are you all trying to buy TVs at Best Buy? I pull up to Walmart, there's no line, but as I'm coming in, of course there's a line for me. I finally get inside, I go straight to the clothing department, grab 2 t-shirts, and of course 2 hoodies as well. I waited behind the blue line, paid for the items. On my way out, I saw a dog walking itself, just another typical day at Walmart. Then I saw the Empire truck and a wolf getting some air. This is my new. Alright, so we just had a really nice meal, and the sloth is driving after 2 weeks, and people are casually running away from her, and unfortunately, I'm the one in the passenger seat. But hey, at least the weather was really nice, and we saw a gorgeous GTR, and although there were a couple of close calls, we got home safe. The baby lion was very excited to see us, but as soon as we got home, he went right back into his typical spot and started his neighborhood watch, so it only felt right to pick him up like a teddy bear. For dinner, we had pesto pasta topped with some fresh basil, and speaking of basil, our little baby lion was spotted amongst the basil tree. The sloth grabbed Tostitos, guacamole, her Gatorade, and she made her legendary buttery popcorn. I grabbed myself an ice cream cone, and we started watching our favorite show, How I Met Your Mother. Shortly after, the baby lion felt left out, so he jumps out to the couch. The sloth gave him a little head rub, and before we knew it, he knocked out. Anyways, now it's the next morning, and I wake up to sushi, soy sauce, and a bunch of birds on the table. The baby lion is not letting go of his tug-of-war toy, and he's kind of sad because the sloth went back to university, but hey, Bob the Builder and the baby lion are going to the cottage for the next few days. Thankfully, they made it there safely, and Bob the Builder sent us a bunch of videos, and apparently the baby lion loves watching The View. And when our little fluffy friend is not watching The View, he sits there and literally falls asleep to his favorite show ever, Max and Ruby. Alright, so recently the baby lion started rocking sunglasses, and so it only felt right to do the WAP challenge, and I'm not gonna lie, he absolutely killed it. Mother Goose and the sloth are headed out to finish dorm shopping, and it looks like the sloth is driving, so good luck to them. The baby lion was kind of confused where they went, but anyways, I grabbed myself an Oreo drumstick, and literally within seconds I lost Kobe and then found him where he's not supposed to be. Then I had some flaming hot Cheetos, started watching the NBA with the baby lion, of course, and before I knew it, they were back. The sloth bought some really nice Nike slides, a bunch of hair scrunchies, and an iPhone case, and the baby lion was there for the entire haul. Shortly after, I decided to do a quick Timmy's run. I did see the mailman, but unfortunately he was on on FaceTime, I still gave him a little wave though. Now that we had our black iced coffee, we sat down with the baby lion and watched the raptors lose, which was honestly horrific. Anyways, then a PetSmart commercial came on. I came to tell the baby lion, but sadly our little friend was completely knocked out. Then the sloth and I started craving McDonald's, so we made a quick run, and apparently the spicy McChicken challenge is here, so you know, that's good to know. We got ourselves some nuggets, some hot fries, but we are on a diet, so unfortunately we had to settle for that Diet Pepsi. Anyways, then we divided it up into 2 perfect portions, and the baby lion's like, wait a second, where's mine? We ended the night by going on Disney Plus, picking a classic Disney movie, The Cheetah Girls, watching the entire thing and going to bed. Alright, so recently the baby...
Exactly why you light me up and
I noticed a mysterious box in the middle of nowhere, and inside I discovered a scroll with ancient symbols. So you guys told me the symbol.
when there's no one by your side.
At 1040.com, file your taxes for $25.